is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young, founder of AppMasters.com, the place you go when you want action-packed content related to growing your app downloads and your revenue. And in part 2 of our free ASO training, we're going to talk about all the different factors that go into your keyword rankings. Now, in part 1, you learned all about what the heck is ASO, how it impacts your long-term growth. And in this one, we really want to dissect all the things that you can optimize to help increase your organic downloads. So let's get started. And number 1, and it's the most important factor in your keyword rankings, it's gonna be your app title. Now, on my screen, I have Yelp as an example. Now, I love their app. I'm just picking on them because they're a huge company and a lot of people know them, and they started to optimize their app store listing. So here, let's take a look at the differences. Here's iOS with Apple, and here is Google. Now, as you can see, the title and what they might be trying to go after is food. I don't know why there's a comma here, but food delivery and services. Now, it's not the most optimized app title, but that's really going to impact your keyword rankings. You want the most important keywords in your title. Number 2, and I would say this is a secondary factor in how high you can get your keyword rankings, it's going to be your subtitle. Now, on iOS, here's the subtitle, nearby restaurants and takeout. So really good. I like this subtitle here for Yelp. The short description on Google Play, that's what it's all called. Here you see, discover which restaurants are now open for reservations, takeout, or delivery. Again, I like the actual short description here. To better optimize it, I might put reservations, takeout, and delivery first, because on Google, as you guys might know, with the SEO days, the keywords that happen to the left, the beginning of the sentence, are more important than the ones that happen to the right. So you want your most important keywords to the left of it. Now, I get this question all the time, especially from iOS clients who want to use a subtitle for their branding. And I would say, do not do it. Don't do it. It's more important to have your branding in your first few screenshots, because on iOS, they appear in the search results rather than your subtitle, because you want important keywords in your subtitle, not some branded keywords in your subtitle. Here, I think Yelp has done a pretty good job in sort of not being branded, because here's their branding, discover top rated spots, but nobody's searching for that. And so they put nearby restaurants and takeout. Number 3 is gonna be your keywords and long description. So keywords, you can't see it by looking in the App Store listing on iOS, but there is a keywords field within App Store Connect that you should optimize. And so keywords that you already have in your title and your subtitle, you don't need to repeat them in your actual keyword field. And frankly, if you have a different developer ID, you likely don't need to include that. So back in the day, people used to have developer IDs, developer names called Fun Games LLC, right? So they put that in here. They help rank for keywords and so forth. You don't need to do that. So if you're using restaurants here, like Yelp is doing, or food and delivery, you don't need those in your keyword field. Now, the biggest mistake that I see beginners make with optimizing the keyword field is having a space between the comma. So within the keyword field, you want to put food, comma, delivery, not food, comma, space, delivery. You only have 100 characters to play with in that keyword field, so you really want to maximize it, and having that space in there counts as a character. Now, if you want to target phrases such as food delivery, what I typically do is put food, comma, delivery rather than food, space, delivery, comma. Now, it's up to you. I've tried different ways. It doesn't seem to matter as much. I personally like to do food, comma, delivery. It'll index all the same. Now, on Google Play, there is no keyword field. So it is about optimizing your long description. Here's what Yelp has done. Now, keyword density is way more important than the length of characters that you use. Here you can see Yelp is using a lot of different, it's a pretty long description. Now, what I typically like to do is use H2 tags. So just like on SEO, where H2 tags are extremely important, along with H1 tags, you want to utilize H2 tags in your long description. Unlike Apple, Google in your description you can have rich HTML. And so if you know a little bit of HTML, it's just B for bold and H2 for the H2 tags. You want to have them in these little subheadlines. So if you think about a good blog post like we have here from HubSpot, you can see that what they do is have this H1 tag right here. This is going to be an H1 tag, how to write a blog post, a step-by-step guide. And then they're going to write, and they have these are H2 tags. So just the same, you want to do that on Google Play. Now, going back to the Yelp example, these are great candidates to be H2 tags. And what you also want to do is have good keywords in there. So nobody's probably searching for review, discover, and add photos, right? But they are searching for find restaurants and food delivery near me. So that's a great H2 headline, but these are not review, discover. So you want to have your good keywords in these H2 tags. Now, will your keywords suddenly increase in keyword rankings after you add those H2 tags? Probably not, because the most important factors are going to be your title and your subtitle. So the keywords that you have in your title and your app name and your short description on Google Play, you want to make sure you have those keywords as bolded or H2 tags as well. That's going to really help your keyword rankings then. Number 4, we have your screenshots. Now, they're more important on iOS because in iOS, you have the first 3 screens showing up on a search result. But on Google Play, you don't really see the screenshots until you go into the actual App Store listing. On the search results, you only see the icon, the app name, the reviews, and so forth. And so not as important to optimize on Google Play, but super important on iOS. And these aren't things that are going to impact necessarily your keyword rankings, but they will help you impact your conversions. In fact, we had one client double the amount of downloads they received. We didn't change their keywords or anything else. We just optimized their screenshots and they doubled their downloads. So we'll create another video talking all about screenshot optimization later on. You want to stay tuned in this course, so make sure you hit subscribe. But for now, just know that screenshots extremely important, especially on iOS, for converting that search user into an actual download. Next up is reviews. Obviously super important when your users, your potential customers are thinking about whether you download your app or your competitor's app. So on both platforms, they show the number of reviews in the search results. So you want to make sure you're asking your users for reviews within the app stores. Now, the best practice that you can do is be aggressive, not super aggressive, but the iOS, there's a review prompt that happens. It's super well integrated. And what you can do is ask users for a review where they don't have to leave the app store anymore. So it does require some development work, but super easy to integrate. And what you want to do is find the right moment. So for me, sometimes it's second open. All right. You have a short window of time. Retention rates are very, very low. You have a short window of time. And so usually I'm like, hey, second open, seems like you're enjoying my app, that you're coming back for the second time. Let me ask for the review. Other times you might want to do it is when they've hit a nice moment within your app. If it's a to-do list manager and they just finished their first task, you want to ask for the review. Or it's a game and they just won their first level. You want to ask for the review. And we've talked about this in other videos, but I'll tell you guys, the best way to implement this, especially on iOS and on Google Play, is to make sure you're targeting the right people to leave a review. You want the happiest people. So what you can do is say, hey, would you rate this app 5 stars? If they hit yes, take them to that review prompt. If they hit no, obviously you can say, hey, tell us how we can make it a 5-star app, whether it's an email or a contact form. So best way, reviews really, really help. Now, in terms of priority, I still think app title, subtitle, super important, but reviews are going to play the difference when you're really going after those high traffic, high competitive keywords. The last couple of things I want to mention, they're not super important, but just want you guys to really understand is one, the app category. Now, we've seen sometimes changing the app category to something that's less competitive has had an impact in terms of rankings and download velocity. Sometimes it has no impact. So play around with it, test to see if it has an impact for your app. If not, stick with whatever category you currently have that best fits your particular app's features. And lastly, this is important on the Google Play side of things. Google Play tends to target countries that may not have super high internet speeds. And so your file size, the smaller that you can get it, the better it's gonna be. That does impact your keyword rankings, how Google is gonna really show your app when you're targeting those different keywords. And so really pay attention. Try to get your file size as low as possible. All right, guys, those are the 7 factors that go into how well your app will rank for a particular keyword and how well you will do in driving organic downloads. Again, you want to A/B test as much as possible because these are the factors, and sometimes some things move a lot, sometimes it doesn't move at all. You really want to make sure you catch our next video because it is the most important part of any ASO strategy, and that is keyword research. Making sure you're targeting the most relevant, the most traffic searched on keywords. The biggest mistake that I see people make when it comes to ASO is targeting keywords that have absolutely no traffic volume. So we're gonna share the tools and how do you come up with a long list of keywords that then you narrow down into a smaller list based on the data that you see. So you really want to make sure you hit that subscribe button and you don't miss video number 3 where we do keyword research. I better see you on that next video. Until then, you can follow me on all the social media platforms at Steve P. Young. And if you want to check out our website, it is appmasters.com, where you can get a free training where we show you the biggest mistakes that app creators make and also how you can do market research to find profitable app ideas. All right, till next time, I'll see you on the next video.